So this is just going to be an interview just trying to get to know why students choose to study abroad, why they choose the programs they do, and what they hope to get out of it. So can we start off? Can you just give me your name and tell me a little bit about yourself?
Well, my name is Michael Vaz. I'm a junior here at Uconn. I'm a double major with Econ and Global Studies. Originally from New York, Mount Vernon, to be specific. I guess my hobbies would be playing soccer and traveling, and I guess that's a little about myself.
All right, cool. Nice. So why did you said one of your hobbies is traveling? Now, did that at all come into play when you chose to study abroad, or were there other factors that influenced that decision?
I'd say it's definitely a big factor. I knew that no matter where I studied abroad, it wouldn't just be me going to that place. It'd be getting to travel to the surrounding places around the area and even the continent. So I definitely say that's a heavy part about it. But it was definitely more than just wanting to travel.
Mm-hmm. And what were some of those other reasons?
Oh, well, specifically with my program, I definitely wanted one that was over the summer. So I know there's a lot of different options within the study abroad office. They're very lenient, and they have a lot of different things that you can do. So I wanted one specifically in the summer so that I have a lot of time on my hands while I'm there.
Mm-hmm. Definitely a good decision. Now, where are you going to be going for your study abroad program, and why did you choose that location?
Well, I'm going to be going to London. I'm going to be there for 2 months over the summer. And I had recently visited London over this past summer, and I was only there for about 4 or 5 days, but I fell in love with the city, and I knew that was definitely a place that I wanted to visit again. And when I had the opportunity to go ahead and look at the Study Abroad website and see what they had, one of the programs was that London program. I knew I definitely wanted Europe because that's just where my main studies lie with my global studies major. And London was definitely extremely fascinating to me, and a lot easier for the language to be over there.
Yeah, that's definitely a good point with the language. Now, do you personally know any other languages? Like, do you think there might be any possible language barriers when you go abroad or anything like that?
I feel like some people could have a lot of language barriers. I personally wouldn't, I don't think. I'm fluent in Portuguese as well as Spanish, and I also have a basic knowledge of French.
All
But
right, so yeah, you're
I could definitely see that people going to bigger cities shouldn't be too worried about a language barrier. A lot of big cities that I've been to overseas are very accessible when it comes to speaking English and things of that nature, but maybe some smaller cities you might have a problem with the language barrier.
Mm-hmm. Now, what overall do you hope to gain from your experience abroad?
Oh, well, not only am I getting credits while I'm out there because I'm taking courses, but I'm also going to be doing an internship option with the program. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. I wanted to get an internship on my resume. It's going to be my first one, and being that it's overseas, I feel like it'll look great on the resume, and it'll also give me a lot of options and to see what different facets of a business work like overseas.
Now, what was your biggest, well, I guess you would say, what was your biggest draw to choose London out of all other places?
Uh, well, I'd say out of all the places that I visited in Europe, it was definitely probably my most favorite place out of everything. So I knew that it was definitely up there when I wanted to study abroad, and this program kind of just fit perfect with all my needs. It had courses that I wanted, it had the internship that I wanted, and it was in Europe, and it wasn't too long of a program, so it kind of fit all my needs. I just feel like everyone has to find that right program for them. You know, you want a few things, but you should have to find that right one.
Mm-hmm. Now, do you personally have any friends or relatives that have studied abroad before?
Yeah, I actually have a cousin of mine. She's studied abroad in Germany, and she's also had a similar internship like mine in the UK, not in London, but close by in Bournemouth, and she loved it out there. She highly recommended it to me. I know she said it was problems that she had while she was out there was housing and things of that, but UConn took care of that for me, so it was definitely a plus there. So I knew once I got some of the harder stuff out the way, I knew that it was definitely the right program.
Mm-hmm. And would you say that the fact that you've been to some of these other countries and visited some of these places already influence your decision to study abroad?
Absolutely, for sure. I always had it in my mind when I came to college, but I'd only had been to Portugal before to see family. I never really traveled around. But after this past year, I've traveled to 9 different countries, I believe, in Europe, and that definitely opened my eyes to different things that I want to see around the world, different cultures I want to experience. And I feel like when people step out of their boundaries, they'll definitely find some things that they may not thought they have liked. And I think traveling is definitely one of those things that I've fallen in love with. And I knew that after the trip, I had to get back there some way.
All right, well, that's nice. So, a little bit more to get in more details about this specific program that you are doing with Uconn. How did you find out about this specific program?
Well, I pretty much did everything through the study abroad website that Uconn has. It's really informative. It has a lot of information there just about every program that they have. Really easy to navigate to. You put in what you're looking for, when you're trying to do it, what major you are, your interests, and they really spread it out easy for you there. And then once I found a few programs that I thought I liked, I scheduled an advising appointment with the Office of Global Affairs. They have a lot of people there that talk to you about different programs and whatnot, and then she helped me guide me towards the one that we both saw most fit for me.
All right, cool. Now, I think one question that a lot of people have about studying abroad is, I guess, would probably be the money aspect of it. Mm-hmm. Now, how does it work with tuition and basically, is it any more or any less than your typical semester at Uconn for room and board, food, all that?
Well, it depends the different program you take. I know there's a few different ones in there. There's like faculty-led, there's third-party ones, and some of them you get the same exact tuition that you would get at Uconn with a few other expenses. I know there's a study abroad fee, it's a few $100s, and maybe some differences in housing fees, but I know some of them charge tuition like that. Others are tuition through your school that you're going to, so it really comes down to each individual program. Mine is all through the other school, but it gets charged onto my Uconn tuition, so it's not exactly Uconn tuition, but it gets charged onto my fee bill, so I can pay it through that. I get to pay it, most of it through financial aid, so that's definitely a big help knowing that financial aid was feasible for the study abroad.
Alright, I'm gonna change up the angle a little bit. I feel like he wants us to do that. I'm gonna get I want to try to get a little bit lower.
Get low.
Alright.
You want me to hold something?
That should be good right there. Nah, this should be fine.
That's low. The camera dropped in amount.
Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna get it like this, and then I'm gonna zoom in way more on you. Oh wait, whatever, I'll have to do it like this. Alright, that should be good. Alright, so now I'll ask the next question. You can just keep looking at me like you're talking to me. So now, did you just make this decision suddenly, or did you talk to family about it or anything like that?
I definitely talked to some of the people, friends and family who had studied abroad before. They gave me some good advice. Most of the people that I talked to said that it was one of the best things they did, seeing the world while they had a chance before college was over. So that definitely played into it. And then I talked to my parents about it too, and closer relatives, and they were on board with it. So once I got the good ideas plus the okay from my close family, I knew that it was definitely a go.
All right, cool. Now, I guess seems like you're really excited about this. You've prepared for it a lot. You've thought about it a lot. Now, is there anything you're nervous for or anxious about?
I guess any time that I've traveled or gone to a different country, I was going somewhere or with someone that I knew, and I'm going out there by myself with not really much contacts out there. I know there's some other Uconn students going, but I don't personally know them. So that's definitely going to be different, having no one I know out there. But I mean, I enjoy the challenge. I like making new friends. I like meeting new people, especially from around the world with different ideas and perspectives. So I feel like it's definitely exciting, but at the same time nervous about what I'm going to encounter out there.
Yeah, definitely. All right, I think that's pretty much all the questions I've had. Can you think of any other questions? Here. If all right, I guess one question I could have is so if you were to choose a place that you hadn't been to before to study abroad at, where would it be and why?
Ooh, that's a tough question. If I had to pick one spot, I think I'd still go somewhere in Europe. Just where I feel like I'm most comfortable, where I've enjoyed most of my vacations and stuff like that. I'd probably go to Madrid, maybe. I've personally never been to Madrid. I've heard the city is very nice. It's very student friendly, and I speak Spanish very well, so I feel like it would be easy for me to navigate the city.
All right. Well, sounds good. Well, I wish you a lot of luck out there in London
thank
over your study abroad, and wish you luck with your studies.
Thank you very much. I hope you have a good one.
Thanks for doing this.
Thanks.